What's up everybody, this is Age and we're back with another Guild Wars 2 video. This one is going to be about Thief, Jukes, and mind games. Now this was a hard video to put together because there's no concrete set of ways to do this. It's basically using stealth, steal, shadow step, line of sight, and your wits in order to get advantages for your team in terms of decaps or escaping enemies. I decided the best way to do this video was to show some examples from my streams of how I deal with some certain scenarios in order to mind game or juke out enemy teams. Now if you have any questions about any of these clips whatsoever, feel free to leave a comment below, but also include a timestamp for the clip you're asking about so I know which clip you are referring to. Also, if you have any general questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. So with that intro out of the way, let us get started. Alright, so the first clip you're about to see is a 4v5 mid at the beginning of a match. I got to the point first from home, but there was no one I could spike out right away. Everyone in that fight was pretty healthy. I knew the enemy guardian from far was coming into the fight soon, which would have been a disadvantage for our team, so I decided to reveal myself in front of him and say, hey, I'm gonna go decap you and there's nothing you can do about it. The Guardian takes the bait and chases me to the point. I get the decap, and because the Guardian committed to chasing, he was forced to recap while I went back to mid where I could help clean up. It's important to note that if you try this, you need to know the chase potential of the profession that follows you back to the point in order to get a successful decap. Now this next clip shows off the power of Shadow Step. There's a Mesmer starting Chieftain and a Warrior coming out of spawn. I couldn't steal Chief because it wasn't low enough, instead I Shadow Step towards their point and fake a decap. The Warrior is forced to stop me and I use Shadow Return to disengage. Shadow Return places you to your original location or 1200 range closer to your original position. For this scenario, that places me behind the rock near the point out of sight of the Warrior. The Warrior is forced to stay on point a few seconds longer, thinking I was still around. This allows me to go set up for a steal on a more low health Chief without getting cleaved out in the process. Next up is a 1 versus 1 versus a Condi Necro. The Necro wanted to take out our Trebuchet, but I forced a 1v1 so the Necro turned on me. I decided to disengage, but the Necro came after me in Reaper Shroud, which I did not want to fight, so I stealthed up and stayed in the same spot. The initial stealth made the Necro think I was going up to defend the midpoint, but instead the Necro was cleaving air, wasting Reaper's Soul Spiral and Executioner's Scythe. And thanks to saving the Trebuchet, it actually helped me take out the Necro as I've cleaved out the Reaper Shroud. Now this clip is me capping mid during a 4v4 down at Tranquility. There was an enemy ranger that just capped far and my assessment was that the ranger was going to go mid then help at Tranquility, so what I did was take the longer route, avoiding line of sight by the ranger, who you could see at the top right of the screen, in order to go far so that we could keep the 2v1 cap advantage. And if we didn't get Trank, I would be able to at least get 1 point back. This next clip is a fight with a pistol thief. I accidentally dodged down a level, which puts me at a height disadvantage. I didn't have anything up to close the gap, so I was forced to dodge in a direction to avoid unload. Unfortunately, a warrior was on the path I chose. Now in this type of situation, the enemy player will always use something, so I use steal to daze and interrupt, which gives me an extra dodge, and I use anything off cooldown afterwards in order to further the gap. In this case, it was dagger pistol stealth into Signet of Agility for more dodging. Now this last clip shows something I use quite a bit. Whenever I shadow step into a fight and it looks bad, I'll stealth up and then use Shadow Return. This makes people cleave where you were and you can re-engage if you want to or completely disengage. And those are some of the examples of jukes and mind games that you are capable of and what I pull off in games. Hopefully this helps you guys out or inspires you to make more crafty decisions in your games that lead you to victory. And if you like this video, I appreciate a thumbs up, and feel free to sub if you like, it helps me out. This has been Age, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!